This isn't like we're not hanging on the outside anymore. We're not hanging out wishing we could come into the house. We live in the house. We're in Christ Jesus, and we have no confidence in the flesh any longer. If the Son, therefore, shall make you free, then you'll walk around hoping you could be free. You shall be free indeed. You'll have the right to eat of the tree of life. It's like he's saying, come on in. The table's set. It's like a banquet. It's a feast of fat things in here. Come on in. Jesus is working a specific purpose. His purpose hasn't changed from the very beginning. He's going to bring many sons to glory. Many sons. There's someday he'll present the church unto his Father, spotless, without blemish or any such thing. He'll present it to the Father, and he'll say, Father, you gave me the heathen for my inheritance, but they're not heathen anymore. I've cleaned them up, Father. I've taken away their sin, and now I can present them to you because I know you're holy, Father. I know you can't receive sinners, but I did, Father. I received them, and I took away their sin, and now there's no spot, and there's no wrinkle, and I can give them to you. On that day, when he himself becomes subject to the Father, the price will have been paid in full. The cost associated with us being free from sin was an eternal cost. A cost that can't be measured while we're here in the flesh. You're going to have to live the eternity that's ahead of us before you're going to see a glimpse of the cost that's associated with Jesus coming, humbling himself, being made like unto flesh, dying on a cross and being separated from his Father, raising from the dead, and eventually being subject unto him so that God could have a habitation that was spotless and clean. Jesus thought it was worth it. He looked at the cost. He knew all the works of God from the beginning. And he looked down through eternity and he said, it's worth it, Father. I'll go and I'll lay down my life a ransom for many so that they can be freed from the bondage of sin. Why? Because I want you to have your holy habitation. I'll become subject to you. Being in subjection to God is not a bad thing. Amen. It's not a bad thing at all. That's right. On that day, we're going to hear a loud voice saying in heaven, we've overcome him by the blood of the Lamb. Who would we overcome? Our enemy. We've got an enemy right now, and you've got to overcome him. Now, there's one or two ways of doing it. You can say you better get it done, and you better get it done. But if you walk in the Spirit, you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. It's all he's really got hanging over your head right now. It's the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. And these three have absolutely no power for the man who's walking in the Spirit. Amen. You're longing for that day when you can rejoice in the heavens and that old serpent is cast into the lake of fire, and you have all eternity to rejoice in Christ Jesus, being there with the Father. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Masterful presentation of that truth for us. Enlivened our hearts, brightened our eyes to see those things. We're going to